Are you bored of regular supercars and hypercars? You own all the latest Lamborghinis, Porsches, Ferraris, and McLarens. If you are, you should consider one of these, the BAC Mono. A race car that will try to remove your face if you are not wearing a helmet, but is somehow still street legal. BAC stands for Briggs Automotive Company, and they're a British firm that's been building machines like this for just over a decade. And today we're gonna drive this one, not on the track, but on the regular roads, because it is somehow street legal, and I wanna see what it's like to drive and experience on just the regular streets around Michigan. Special thanks to Platinum Motor Cars. They are the official BAC dealer too, and we are here at Out of Office Garage in Birmingham, Michigan, about to drive this crazy machine. In terms of the powertrain, this BAC Mono has a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder that is derived from Ford, worked on by Mountoon, making 305 horsepower and 227 pound-feet of torque. The previous iterations did also come with a 2.3-liter four-cylinder that was worked on by Cosworth that made 280 horsepower. And even at that higher horsepower level of 305, that may not sound like a lot of horsepower, but it's okay because this BAC Mono only weighs 1,200 pounds, which means this has a power to weight ratio of over 500 horsepower per ton. And that matches a Bugatti Veyron. The transmission is essentially lifted from a Formula 3 car. It is a 6-speed sequential transmission that's pneumatically operated, and I am definitely going to be interested to see what that feels like. So with that, let's check out some of the exterior details, the interior, and then we're gonna hop into this cockpit and take this thing for a drive. Let's take an up-close look at this BAC Mono. It's properly aggressive. Single-seater, open air. Up here we have the BAC logo, and right above it, you see this latch. That opens up your storage space. So we have a front trunk here. You could fit a helmet in there, and then there's another little storage box up there, and to either side, you can see the inboard suspension, and even when you close that panel there are these cutouts that allow you to see the inboard suspension with the adjustable dampers. That is such a cool touch. I love looking at that. We have the Mono logo right there, and the carbon fiber side view mirrors, which are obviously not power. They're just kind of fixed there, manually adjustable. This looks so aggressive. All the body panels are carbon fiber. They keep the weight down, but honestly, half of this car is just open air. If you look right through there, you can see the suspension geometries. Above that, we have the light cluster with the headlights, turn signals, indicators. Some of the newer Monos have gone to like a single light there, which looks even more aggressive. They used to have a Mono R here, which has that giant like bazooka side pod intake thing, which was the more aggressive version. And I believe there's another one now that's the Mono F, which is forced induction. But here with this BAC Mono, coming around to the side, we have the carbon fiber wheels where the barrels are the Dimag carbon fiber and then the inside are metal. They're lightweight, very expensive, something like $12,000 option or something like that. You can also get carbon ceramic brakes on this, all for lightweight. And then you can see this opening here would allow airflow to come in to those radiators, and then more airflow channeling here. You can see the exposed suspension back here too with the engine and transmission. Carbon fiber wheels back here. You can get these with race slicks, Trofeo R's essentially, but this one actually has real tires. We have the diffuser back here, and then everything is just totally exposed. You can see double wishbone suspension, transmission, engine, semi-structurally mounted, and it's just all open. Single exhaust tip here with some carbon fiber decoration. And this thing is so light. This is how like you move it around. Just grab something there, you grab the tow hook down there or just this wing, and you can just pull it forward and back. Light cluster there. Man, this thing is totally crazy. Imagine seeing this on the road. It's just like utterly ridiculous. We have the third brake light up here. This is the fuel door. We have the BAC logo right there on that piece of carbon fiber. Such a crazy looking thing. And yes, there are other ones like the Ariel Atom, the Caterhams. Talk a bit more about those as competitors, but this thing just looks more aggressive, more cohesive. Wow. All right, the interior, if we can really call it that. There's a big intake up there. The logo here on the headrest. The seat is fixed. You can get it tailored to fit you. I think I fit in this one because I've sat in this one in a showroom before. We have the harness here. I think it's a 5-point harness. The steering wheel, which is also extremely expensive. Like a race car, it has all the controls on here. Turn signals, lights, horn. No, I think I need to turn it on. All these buttons, that'll turn it on. This little screen will work there. Steering wheel here is detachable. Got to be careful because this is worth a lot of money. Carbon fiber paddle shifters back there too. And then they have this little Alcantara ledge for you to set it down on. No actual windshield, but we have this little deflector screen. Regardless, I'm still gonna wear a helmet when driving this thing because I don't want a bird or rock or bee in the face or something. We have these zippered pockets on the side for a tiny bit of storage, probably put your phone in there. And then just going down, you see the pedals there. There is a clutch pedal. We have traction control, power on. This, I believe, is the fire extinguisher button, and you have your brake bias. Total race car. I'm gonna now hop in there and take this thing for a drive. All right, now we are going to get in the BAC Mono, which is a bit of a delicate process to be careful because the bodywork is very expensive because it's all carbon fiber. Gotta move these harnesses out of the way. Okay. This is elegant. Oh, this feels like a race car. I'm sweating. All right, now steering wheel. Holy crap, there was like no space. Ready? One of a kind. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. And just like that, we're outside in a BAC Mono. And it's raining. Holy crap! That's first gear. So they actually apparently widened this one slightly by 56 millimeters for the cabin. So theoretically I could fit better in here. 20? Nope. I don't have words right now. The weirdest thing shifts, it just like punches you. That's that pneumatic transmission. You can hear like a little bit of a puff of air. It's like a little nail gun. I have no idea if the audio is any good right now. This also feels absolutely ridiculous. A, because it's raining. B, because I'm in a BAC Mono and there's other cars around. There are so many vibrations right now, like the side view mirrors are just a blur of vibration. I almost have to make sure to downshift too, because I do not want to get stuck in gear in third gear to stop. And you have to use the clutch when you go down into first. That's a turn signal there. Put the clutch on, neutral, let the clutch out. This is utterly insane.
This interior, this is it. The steering wheel has everything. A little screen here, have a horn, headlights, turn signals. We've got, that was the power, traction control I'm leaving alone. Got a helmet on. It's all Alcantara, nicely stitched. There we go. Holy crap, the engine is bolted to my spine. Like, I feel it right behind me. There's like no space. My arms are just to my side. It's first gear. So it's a manual in that sense, where you have to have the clutch in, first gear let off with the clutch, and then now I'm in first gear. And after that, you just use the paddle shifters. Clutch, I don't need the clutch for that. What the heck? I haven't gone full throttle on this thing yet. It is wet out. Thankfully, these tires do have some tread on them. Once you figure out the sequence, it's actually not hard to drive. I watched a video that Doug DeMuro did with some guy who was driving. He said he drove this to like the grocery store multiple times a week. What? He's got like 7,000 miles on one of these. How do you put 7,000 miles? Oh, hello, Hummer. That's a Hummer SUV. It looks absolutely massive. I am currently getting rained on. My visor is getting wet, but first gear, let out the clutch, give it a bit of gas. This thing is so fast. So I drove the Huracan STO. When I drove that, I was like, this thing is a race car for the road. And I'm sure like a 992 GT3 RS also feels like a race car for the road. But this thing, compared to both of those might as well be practical family sedans, because the BAC Mono is another level. The noises, the vibration, it's not like a crazy, amazing sound, right? It's just a big engine noise right behind me, but it's just the proximity. Those downshifts make a PDK feel like it might as well be a torque converter in a minivan. Back in the neutral. I'm going in neutral every time I stop. So I take the clutch out, back in. There's first gear, clutch is in. I cannot imagine what this would be like on a track. This thing is ridiculously fast. Straight cut gears, absolute insanity, power to weight ratio of a hypercar, but it feels nothing like a V-Rod. The V-Rod felt like a massively fast couch. I've driven a P1, driven a Koenigsegg. What the hell? What the hell? I don't think I can go back to normal cars anymore. I have no. I'm gonna have to like do a debrief after this to be able to talk intelligently about driving a BAC Mono, because I'm not really sure. What the heck? This is proof that removing weight makes cars more fun. This is such an expensive toy. This is a $250,000 toy that has negative practicality. It's just me in here, and I barely fit. So, yeah, it's single seater, no windshield, I have a helmet on. You saw the front trunk. But if you have run out of adrenaline when driving your hypercar or supercar, this is gonna make you feel alive. And yeah, are there race cars that are faster? Absolutely. But none of them are street legal. Can you imagine seeing this thing in your rearview mirror? You'd be like, what in the world is going on right now? What is this machine? I've actually gone for a ride in an Ariel Atom before, and that actually, I mean, it's also crazy. I used to say that was the most fun you could possibly have in a four-cylinder vehicle. This is more fun because it feels more extreme, but in a different way. The Ariel Atom, you could see too, it's got more of like a body to it with like the tubes and the frame around it, right? There's more space. This is nothing. This is just a cockpit. I can barely even like, I can't move my arms. I'm just locked in here. Oh, it stops hard too. Just, it's instantaneous. That way, this way. Woo! This is a terrible idea. Holy crap! Oh my gosh. This is like scrambling my neurons. Ah! Ready? This is... I've driven some cool stuff. This is one of the coolest. Honestly, I wonder what random people think. Hi! I can't hear you! That's part of the fun. I mean, the car experience on the road, this is different on the track. On the track, nobody cares, right? On the road, you got other people looking at you. I mean, the fact that it's raining probably makes this even more ridiculous. If it was sunny out right now, it probably, I mean, it's still ridiculous, but people would be like, okay, that's pretty cool. But... Back into neutral. Let the clutch out. This is literally like driving a race car on the road. That's literally what I'm doing. Driving, I mean, it actually rides not too terrible, given what this thing can do. And our roads in Michigan are not good, but like, it's not like I need to go to the chiropractor. Honestly, I think a Camaro 011LE rides even more firm. Let's go full throttle. Holy crap. And that was it, struggling for traction. We have adjustable traction control. We have the brake bias. I'm not touching any of that. My phone's vibrating. Someone's call. I can't answer I can't reach it. I was being finicky. I'm gonna go into gear. Like, my head is barely level with the top of a tire on a Ford Edge, on a normal car. Holy crap, the Bronco looks gigantic. I'd like to take a left turn, please. May I go? Yes, I am going now. I'll go nice and slow. So the underside is just wood, too. So, I mean, if you do scrape it on the track or something, it's literally just like plywood underneath this thing, which is crazy considering the rest of it's all just carbon fiber insanity. That's the horde. I'll get out of the car and compose my thoughts.
Holy crap. This is ridiculous. I'm just one big giant vibration right now, actually. Drove a Bugatti Veyron recently, drove a P1, it gives you that massive shove of power. Even though the power to weight ratio is the same, it's a smaller engine, right? So the power delivery is gonna feel different, but the speed is definitely there. Even with traction limited and the rain, this thing would be an absolute monster. And the exhilaration you get driving something like this is unmatched. Those cars that I drove, unmatched. You have to go out, maybe, like I went for a ride on a GT3 Cup car, and even riding past it, that was fun, but driving this thing, holy crap. If you have $250,000 extra, buy one. Seat is fixed. Actually, I'm not sure about the steering wheel location, but the pedal box does move. You can like move this whole thing up, and then the pedals are adjustable.
These, what are they?
They're specially made Kumhos.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, I think so.
Kumo? Yeah. So
They're
these
not
have
made.
tread.
I'm going to say it differently.
Yeah, there's also Pirelli P0 Trofeo Rs you can get, which are slicks, which I would not have driven it if it was on slicks, but these are, I believe, a specially formulated tire for them. They're small, these are 17-inch wheels, and I think it's like 205s or something, because when you weigh as much as a golf cart, you don't need massive tires.
Could you do distance in it?
Oh, absolutely. If you tell me, like, you're driving to Chicago, you'd be like, no. The vibrations are insane.
Yeah.
Like, you can barely think. So no, any long distance like that, I wouldn't want to do it. And also, you're so low and small, people might not, like, you're in the blind spot of everybody. It's like, you have to ride it like, motorcycle. Holy crap. All right, now my adrenaline's coming down and calming down.
Yeah.
That was fun. This is like the ultimate street legal toy. You compare it to Ariel Atom, Caterhams 620 or something like that. Those are half the price. Less than half the price, actually. And similar power to weight ratio type of thing. But those, I mean, the Aero, you have another person with you, right? This seems to be more singularly focused on just the driver, the Mono. You're just there. The bodywork makes it feel a bit more exotic. The materials, the carbon fiber. Does it justify the price? Hard to say unless you go back to back, but the rarity of this thing, that helps. Man, my brain is a little scrambled, so like words are struggling right now. But there it is, a drive of the BAC Mono on the road, in the rain, on city streets. It is street legal. I've just shown you can drive a BAC Mono in the rain. Just bring a helmet. And what a crazy experience. Special thanks to Platinum Motorcars, BAC Michigan, guys here at Out of House Garage, sheltering from the rain. That's a cool car. Thanks for watching.